What's going on, YouTube? It's El Frosty back here with another YouTube video. I know I haven't made a YouTube video in 2 years, but I just wanted to make a YouTube video on this specific subject just because I haven't really seen that much videos on my recommended about this, and I think it's important to talk about since Capcom already did announce their 2 remakes for the next Resident Evil games, which will be Resident Evil 0 and Resident Evil Code Veronica. So I haven't played Resident Evil 0 or Code Veronica yet, so I'm not trying to be biased because I like RE5 better than both of those games. I mean, I haven't played them yet, but I'm pretty sure if I did, I'd still like RE5 better. I feel like Capcom's taking their time on RE5 Remake mainly because of the fact that it is a pretty controversial game to remake, at least to some people. I don't think it's controversial. And the co-op factor added to that, it might be hard to execute. It's not the same as RE4. The story to RE5 is very good, so I really want to see a RE5 remake. I know a lot of people do too. And they kind of teased it at the end of Separate Ways, RE4. I'll go ahead and play some clips of that. I just wanted to say that when I heard the soundtrack at the end of the game, I got very excited because I honestly thought that we were definitely getting the RE5 remake next. As you can see, both games use the same soundtrack, soundtrack from Resident Evil 5, except in Separate Ways it was a little more modernized, but it's still the same soundtrack. And I just thought that definitely meant that we were going to get RE5 Remake next, but clearly we're not. I think that Capcom definitely needs some more time on it. I honestly just need an announcement, man. I really want RE5 Remake to be an actual game that gets remade and isn't just like a concept. I just feel like a lot of people don't understand how good a Resident Evil 5 remake would be. To be honest, I feel like it has the potential to be better than Resident Evil 4 remake, because Resident Evil 4 remake is a great game. I had a fun time with it, but I still like the original better. If they made a RE5 remake and it's co-op, that could beat the original. Unlike RE4 couldn't beat the original for, RE4. RE5 is a great game, but it has some things that could be fixed and made better, and that's mainly the reason remakes are made, to update graphics and fix things. The boss fights in this game are amazing and they're very fun, so I just like to see it remade. You fight some huge bat monster, some huge spider monster, a sea monster, Albert Wesker obviously, those plagues, parasites, like the dudes that their head comes off and the parasite comes out and it's fucking wiggling fast as shit. I feel like that'd be terrifying in RE engine, because it wouldn't be the same as RE4 remake where it's like the plot, it looks like a parasite. In this game it literally looks like a leech, and the way it moves in the original, it's just it's eerie. So I just feel like even the tribal people, they'd be scary in the RE engine, dude. This game really needs a remake. I get it, there's a lot of Code Veronica fans out there who really wanted a remake, since Code Veronica is really outdated. It's an old game, but I feel like Resident Evil 5 remake should have been next in line, honestly, just because of storyline wise, that was the next game coming up after RE4. So I feel like it would have made sense to remake RE5 after remaking RE4. Another thing to this is people think that remaking RE5 would be racist. So it's very controversial, because even IGN released a article saying that RE5 will never get remade because it takes place in Africa and you're shooting black people. But to be honest, dude, it's just a game. I don't think people should get that offended, because it's just a game. RE4 remake, you're literally in Spain shooting Spanish people, so I don't see how that's not racist. But it doesn't matter anyways, because it's just a game. That's just where the game takes place. It takes place in Africa, so obviously there's going to be black people that are like infected, and those are the enemies. And yeah, I mean, there's really nothing else to it, but it's just where the game takes place that's the reason it's like that, you know. It's a very weird subject to, you know. I feel like that shouldn't be the reason that RE5 doesn't get a remake, because if it is, that'll be a huge letdown, and Capcom is missing out on a lot of money, because there's a lot of people that hate this game, but trust me, there's a lot of people that love this game too, including myself, because this game's co-op. You can literally play with a friend. It's so fun. I know there's definitely a way that Capcom can make the co-op system work in the remake, because, you know, it has to. Co-op, it was like the main selling point with RE5, that you could play with a friend through the story mode, which is awesome. Just imagine being able to replay a game with a friend that you've already played the game with, but it's a remake. It's completely new content, new gameplay. You know, everything's not completely the same. There's new additions to the game. It'd be an awesome experience, which is the reason why I know that they can make the co-op system work, because RE-Verse, which is a multiplayer Resident Evil game, the co-op system in that game works fine. I mean, there's no story mode in that game. It's just like multiplayer matches, but they could definitely make it work. The main problem is people are afraid that, like, if this game gets remade, it'll get canceled because, you know, it takes place in Africa, which they can't change it to not take place in Africa, because that'd be like a huge change to the story. The reason it takes place in Africa, for me, the reason I feel like they made RE5 take place in Africa, to be honest, was because I feel like it was made during the same point in time when Ebola was like a thing in Africa, and it was like Ebola was over the news here in the US. That's part of the reason why I feel like it takes place in Africa, to be honest, which is not racist, because Ebola was in Africa, and they made it seem like it was the Ouroboros, pretty much, like a virus that could, like, you know, come to the US and like kill people. The way it was displayed on the news was just like it was a very deadly virus. I feel like that's part of the reason. I may be completely wrong. I might be completely wrong about this, but I feel like that's part of the reason that RE5 takes place in Africa. Other than the fact that, you know, RE4 takes place in Spain, RE3 and RE2 take place in Raccoon City here in the US. It's just a different set. It's just a different environment, and, you know, that's the reason that RE5 has that little yellowish tone to it, because, you know, it's different. You know, you can't make the same games over and over again. They have to make changes, and RE5 being set in Africa was one of the changes that they made for the game to be different. So that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching if you made it all the way to the end. I really appreciate it. I just wanted to make a video talking about this RE5 situation, because it is pretty crazy if we don't get a remake on this game, which we definitely should. You know, we definitely deserve a remake. If we don't, then it's whatever, honestly. It'd be crazy if they just decided to remake Resident Evil 6 instead of Resident Evil 5, which I know that won't happen, but that'd be pretty funny. But yeah, anyways, that's it for this video, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and I might make more videos like this. I'm not sure. Depends on how this one does, but yeah, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and see ya.